My life is not predictable, I know. My life is not predictable, yeah. My life is not predictable, I know. Incredible. I go deep.
Get money, fucking hoes, we don't like that. Round hard till I go, we don't like that. Stay true, loyal to my bros, we don't like that. When my pocket gets smoked, we don't like that. 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 AG round the folks, nigga. We don't like that. Zone 3 with the bros, nigga. We don't like that. We on this duffel mess, gotta get this hustle quick. All this fucking green coming like I hit the lotto, bitch. But we ain't stopping, bitch, until our fucking pockets revving. If you plan on stopping, if the tires knock you off the shit. Let's fuck around, what the fuck around, that's what happened to you. Name Q strand, ENT shirts and the cats for you. Free fuck boys who was out here saying fuck Dutch. On what? On Gucci grade when y'all was talk shit getting ugly. The animals really ass, so well much. We don't like that, face shot that ain't coming back. We don't like that, face shot that ain't coming back. We don't like that, face shot that ain't coming back. It's tough, get money fucking hoes. We don't like that, round hard till I go. We don't like that, stay true loyal to my bros. We don't like that, well my block I get smoked. We don't like that. 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 AG when I post, nigga. We don't like that. Zone 3 the pros, nigga. Nigga, you a lame, you a chump. Straight foot. Keep talking like your brain, get you stumped. I came with the gang and the pump. Hey man, that's what you got this shit off the brain just for nothing. I'm all about a dollar fucking 50 cents. Yo man thought she give it top and make you feel rich. I'm half fuck, I'm off the drugs so I can't see shit. But if a nigga try me, he gon' meet them bitch. Dutchy game 130, that's how we move. Keep talking like you better than you see through. I got the man with the baby, we'll leave you. You up in that cut with the eagle, here legal. Fuck with us, that's a no-no. I don't fuck with fuck niggas cause they no-po. Tryna play me like a game, you get photo. I'ma hit that 319 at your dojo. We gon' smoke all of these drugs. And we gon' flood all of these clubs. Make it right. I'm all about that bag on the hunt. Fuck, I need the bang in the sun. Nigga, you a lame, you a chump. But keep talking out your brain, get you stuck. I came with the gang in a pump. Yo, this is off a brain just for nuts. Let me in.
With the motherfucking rocks, getting money like them 2005 White Sox. Getting paper is always on my mind daily. Stop playing, I turned 28 before the baby. Started getting cake when I was just a little short. Up top drinking with the guys straight forward. Hit by six just like always. See them guys on the rail, the niggas throwing up trays. Watch that black bubble that's coming up the street. Get up back and in the corner, get rid of all the heat. That's just how it is on my motherfucking block. So if you ever come through, make sure you got your fucking clock. Y'all don't know, nigga, what? I'm so for real, what? Straight to your block. Get how you live, what? That's how we know, and that's for sure. Nigga block and sell rock and get that dough. Y'all know, nigga, what? I'm so for real, what? Straight to your block. Get how you live, penetration. That's how we know. And that's for sure. And hit the block and sell and get that dough. All I know is getting money, and that's for sure. Hit the block and sell that crack at the corner store. Get lit. Out of the list, no bullshit, no fingerprints, no evidence, on some real shit. Gotta get it, how I live, no bullshit. If I rob, I gotta have, but now Chi-Town, the Arkansas, I'm a wild dog. One never, don't give a fuck. A back of laws, middle finger to you haters. We get paper, middle finger to you haters. I can learn later. Y'all don't know how a nigga live. We so for real from our block, straight to your life. Yeah, how you live, paper chasing, that's all we know. And that's for sure, hit the block and sit and rock and get that dough. Y'all don't know how a nigga live. I'm so for real from our block, straight to your block. Yeah, how you live, paper chasing, that's all we know. And that's for sure, hit the block and sit and rock and get that dough. Yeah, we getting that.
Okay. Not quite sure which pieces I'm going to do. I know one for sure. And everything else I'm just going to kind of let flow. I'm sorry, I just have to keep laughing for a second. Make me feel better. Somebody laugh at me. Get comfortable. They use attractions as distractions from their actions to cause reactions and backlashes in a community that used to suffer backlashes. To keep you on your mattress, stuck in bad habits with a life full of FUs and goddammits, ignoring patterns of the madness. The innocent are dying and they cover it up with another challenge. Serve and protect. More like destroy and neglect, hide and deflect the truth so it can't get to the youth before they regret walking in their shoes. You know. The ones they can't afford, the J's and Jimmy Choos, and slaves to a dollar bill like you have something to prove. Won't take anything for free, unless it has tags like it's new. Well, freedom comes for free, but they won't encourage you to choose or improve. Get in tune, say your prayers or say I do's. They don't want you to move, just stick like bamboo. Watch the celebs and follow suit. Do what they do. You'll never get anywhere being you. Well, now they've got you confused, which is right where they want you. Metaphorically, hands up, begging don't shoot. Don't shoot now. Keep your head bowed. But raise your hands to the roof. Let your walls down and accept the truth. Fall to your knees, ask God for proof. He'll put it on your heart. He'll heal every bruise. And if you let him, he can even orchestrate your every move. And yeah, you will start to look like a fool. The way you're getting out of line. No more left foot, right foot following behind. No more swallowing bullets, just swallowing your pride. And gangbangers replaced with peace signs. Loving like it's painless, with no lifelines. And you get through life blameless if you focus on next lifetime. So I want to put emphasis on the way that Christ died. Whippings on his back in order to kill our pride. Nails in his hands because the remorse we feel when we've lied. One through his feet because Lord knows we have tried. And thorns in his temples because of the pain he feels when we've cried. So he died and rose again in order to repair us from the inside. But you need to let him in. Let your lamp shine bright. Cast out darkness in the dead of night. Say I will, not I might. Move in confidence, not in fright. And judge by heart, not by sight. While love says stand, fear says hide. Free will means that you decide. You can follow the crowd or follow Christ. But either way, the heart is no place for hate to reside. And only he can push it aside to make room for love and all that good stuff. And then change your definition of the word tough. Simply because we all know crying that first tear can be rough. And feeling pain is a weakness if you're a thug. It takes true courage to extend a hug, and only a coward will extend a gun. So forget those lies that say you're not enough. You can be spiritually free even in handcuffs. Don't be held back by lack of trust. Put it in the Lord and watch your foes turn to dust. Blown away with the wind, decaying like rust. The Lord is our stronghold, his grace is a must, and his guidance can keep you from turning to lust. Unless you don't want peace. Maybe you'd rather be struck with dis-ease, and I'm not talking about sickness. Fear is what I mean. You can't stand up for freedom, but then live for greed and let power and control lead your team to the ultimate facade of the American dream while failing to see that it's all just a scheme. And the blind is leading the blind aimlessly in this make-believe reality, enslaved to a dollar bill that you think will set you free, but it can't even help you breathe like it could when it was still a tree. So I'll sum that up in one word: blasphemy. Taking God's perfect creation and using it to deceive, programming your subconscious based off what you see, and you lose control over the way you perceive and start to compare your life to reality TV. Now suddenly, shopping becomes your process to grieve, and you have this skewed idea of what it means to achieve, like gauging your success by the salary you receive, and they have you feeling like you're winning by being a fan of a team that happens to be best in the league. Committing sins and then screaming, only God can judge me. you feared him, you know that that phrase weighs heavy. And without Christ, he has no mercy. So they're busy distracting you from what life really means and your God-given right to follow Jesus' lead, hoping you will forget you are your Creator's seed and you were intended to be his hands and feet. So while they're stunting your growth spiritually and desiring to keep you incomplete, they're holding you back from hearing me so you don't see this as a final plea and maybe open your heart and fall to your knees and let him guide you to victory. And I know that you're suffering, and he can erase that with the peace he brings right now and for eternity. Because the life after this continues endlessly. It could be hellfire or heavenly. Either way, it's a permanent destiny. So Jesus is calling. Will you answer or just let it ring? Something I have lived through, and some people here know what I was before Christ. So I'm glad this is happening right now. And this is called I Don't Exactly Have a Man. I can hear you. Hey, Zaya. Okay. Obsessed with the idea of a ring, so I orbit him like he's Saturn. And if he were a meal, I'd have him served up to me beer battered. Because he tastes the best, but he's the worst for me. As if that mattered. I cancel all his signs of dishonesty by ignoring his patterns, all to get to the top of his unstable ladder, and find myself in a place between Alice and the Mad Hatter, in this world full of temporary highs and hidden disaster. And I don't want to be controlled, but I've already made him my master, because when he wants me in my clothes, I couldn't do it any faster. With his hands on my waist, I ignore the other women that he's after. And once he leaves my bed, my tears become his laughter, because I don't exactly have a man. And he's not committed. But he occupies my bed at night more often than I'd like to admit it. But you see, we have history. We used to date, and he cheated back then. But the good news is I was so weak I took him back again. But he did explain the reason he was in her was because how I had been. I pushed him away by confessing that I hated when he was leaving. And when he was away, I did this thing where I was always available to see him. And when we were together, I trusted him with my whole heart, as if I had a reason. And as his girl, I made it my duty to be sure that I pleased him, but whenever he wanted a hug, I'd take it a step further, I'd squeeze him. But I'm starting to think that maybe guilt's to blame, because he repaid my love with treason. But then again, I wanted something that wasn't available for an entire lifetime and not just his season. And for being honest, it didn't matter he got caught. He knew I wouldn't leave him. After telling me all those candy-coated lies, I was so quick to believe him, but I still don't exactly have a man. And he's not committed. But he occupies my bed at night more often than I'd like to admit it. He says I'm different from the rest, and he doesn't know what else to tell me. That's his way of buying time to come up with another lie to sell me, a distraction from how much time he actually spends in his deli. So to gain his attention back, I make him a sandwich like I work in a deli. And I am talking a gourmet turkey club stub, not like peanut butter and jelly. It was an even exchange. I filled his belly, he filled my belly, but a few weeks pass and I start to notice this isolated swelling. I'm nauseous, my breasts hurt. Is this the flu? There is no telling. I am lightheaded, quick-tempered with a keen sense of smelling. The results are in, the due date is set, and he mentions expelling. So flash forward 9 months, and you'll find me and my baby dwelling. And no, she doesn't exactly have a dad.
P. Mahika.
Boys let go. Alright, good stuff right here.
Boy, you stunned, just keep the bullshit coming. All that hollering with your chest out, no, you ain't gotta do nothing. Boy, you front, just keep it going about front. So tell me all that front, you know you kinda get into something. Talking about all the bullshit, so heads was by that happiness. Gray coat, has a rap, just to put y'all do some check. You go out, just start shit, boy, you a lame, that shit ain't cool. Niggas just nick to a ball, talking Pikachu, to rock you. Here's a little advice for you. Your punk ass man play cool, and if you don't like it, you can spice it up and just ask for it. Big and cool, if you don't, fuck it. If it's on, then it can't be approved. Here's the move, feeling
drone. Better stop us move. Oh, you don't like to follow the rules, but it's time to take you to school. You know, teach you a lesson by beating your ass, so you white shall obey principles. You was big and bad, and hard when you was referring your company. When you bitched up, we got white stuff. Just keep that between you and me.
Oh, you stunned. You stunned. Just keep the bullshit coming. All that hollering with your chest out. No, you ain't about to do nothing. Girl, you frontin'. You frontin'. Just keep your mouth running. So chill out with all that fun. You know you ain't trying to get in the sun.
Oh, you stunned. You stunned. Just keep the bullshit coming. All that hollering with your chest out. No, you ain't about to do nothing. Girl, you frontin'. You frontin'. Just keep your mouth running. So chill out with all that fun. You know you ain't trying to get in the sun.
You add me on Facebook, then you follow me on Twitter. Now she sending me all these naked ass pictures. We both grown, so you already know the business. Don't be frightened when I pop up to your crib like a Jehovah's Witness. What's up with all these niggas? Stuntin' like they hard when they round all they niggas. You been rockin' burger doing all that pump faking. See me in the field, throw the things I'll be waiting. Dancing in your ass and you can't do nothing. The rest do the fad, that's a sense of celebration. You soft, bro, you pussy. Straight up pussy. Never said I was a killer, don't you ever fucking push me.
Oh, you stunned. You stunned. Just keep the bullshit coming.
All that hollering with your chest out, no, you ain't about to do nothing. Girl, you frontin'. You frontin'. Just keep your mouth running. So chill out with all that fun. You know you ain't trying to get in the sun. Oh, you stunned. You stunned. Just keep the bullshit coming. All that hollering with your chest out, no, you ain't about to do nothing. Girl, you frontin'. You frontin'. Just keep your mouth running.
So chill out with all that fun. You know you ain't trying to get in the sun. One of the things I hate most.
What's that?
Is some of these damn chicks playing games just cause they can. When some of y'all ain't shit. You know the type, you approach them like, how you doing? You mind if you talk? She like, sorry, I got a man 5 minutes later. Bitch could've said that from the start. Talk dirty when we on the phone. We beat up your whole mind switch. Let the person that you describe.
So take creep, that's a catfish.
And I ain't got time for none of that shit. Today ain't really much more to say. So if you ain't about that action, don't you bring that bullshit my way.
Oh, you stunned. You stunned. Just keep the bullshit coming. All that hollering with your chest out, no, you ain't about to do nothing. Girl, you frontin'. You frontin'. Just keep your mouth running. So chill out with all that fun. You know you ain't trying to get in the sun.
Oh, you stunned. You stunned. Just keep the bullshit coming.
All that hollering with your chest out, no, you ain't about to do nothing.
Girl, you frontin'. You frontin'. Just keep your mouth running. So chill out with all that fun.
You know you ain't trying to get in the sun.
Stop the front. Hey, 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 hey.
Stop the front. Stop your front.
Yeah!
Next one right here is called I'm Chillin'. Nah, bitch, I'm chillin', ho. Y'all know my fucking style. Y'all bitches didn't want me then. Best believe y'all want me now. Nah, nigga, I'm chillin', man. Y'all know my fucking style. Y'all niggas hating on me then. Nigga, don't try to hop on now. Nah, bitch, I'm chillin', ho. Y'all know my fucking style. Y'all bitches didn't want me then. Best believe y'all want me now. Nah, nigga, I'm chillin', man. Y'all know my fucking style. Y'all niggas hating on me then. Nigga, don't try to hop on now. It's your boy Cussing the Soul. Just in case y'all didn't know. Work this fast, I'm working slow. Send this shit to the road. ACTP in this bitch. Cap ice what we represent. Think you'll stop our road success? Bitch, nigga, you got me bent. Hold on now, let me vent. What niggas go harder than this? This is ACTP coming live through your stereo. Ain't the only one that's cold. Wait till you hear my little bro. Who you talking about, nigga? Man, my nigga raincoat. One time for Sierra Leone. Right there, that's my second home. Wait till a nigga make it. Watch these bitches start popping on. Niggas hating, niggas faking, niggas be procrastinating. Welcome to these niggas' faces. Now they ain't singing, they their headphones on. Music blasting and I'm rocking. Success is my drug, rehab is not an option. I just killed this shit. Time to put it in the coffin. I just got away with murder.
Like OJ did with Johnny Cobb.
Let's go. Nah, bitch, I'm chillin', ho. Chillin', ho. My fucking style, y'all bitches didn't want me then. Best believe y'all want me now. Nah, nigga, I'm chillin', man. Y'all know my fucking style. Y'all niggas hating on me then. Nigga, don't try to hop on now. Nah, bitch, I'm chillin', ho. Y'all know my fucking style. Y'all bitches didn't want me then. Best believe y'all want me now. Nah, Nah, nigga, I'm chillin', man. Y'all know my fucking style. Y'all niggas hating on me then. Nigga, don't try to hop on that.
Remember way back in the day, bitches showed us no attention, talking fly niggas, and we will always be last to be mentioned in the future when they see me cussing kid realer, they'll be like,
Homegirl, them 3 niggas look the bill.
yeah, that's right, it is too late. That's when you tried to dial my number, sorry, but the number you have dialed is currently not a server. Had your chance and you blew it. That's the fact you can't get over. I do not discriminate, so all you bitches get dope on shoulder. I am long and gone, you won't see me another day. Chilling in Miami, no wonder they think I'm MIA. Y'all niggas ain't brought no fruit, so me and my brothers in this group. I've been waiting to say this cool, so only got room for 2. You see us making progress, so it goes with this is your plan. But we ain't homies, we ain't friends, we ain't boys, we ain't my mans. Hope you know we go way back. It's only right you put me on, I'm gonna address you dick riders, cause it will my damn response.
Nah, bitch, I'm chillin', ho. Y'all know my fucking style. Y'all bitches didn't want me then. Best believe y'all want me now. Nah, nigga, I'm chillin', man. Y'all know my fucking style. Y'all niggas hating on me then. Nigga, don't try to hop on now. Nah, bitch, I'm chillin', ho. Y'all know my fucking style. Y'all bitches didn't want me then. Best believe y'all want me now. Nah, nigga, I'm chillin', man. Y'all know my fucking style. Y'all niggas hating on me then. Nigga, don't try to hop on now. You know it's sad how people hate each other, especially the black community. We can see someone grind their asses off, better themselves than others. And instead of encouraging or helping them, we'd rather show hate for God knows what. This could be that same person you hated on that could one day become successful, that open doors to your future that you never knew existed, all for just showing them some love. But you'll never know, because you still be constantly hating. ACTP, when he cuss.
Great coat. That's up, children. Thanks for coming out. Love y'all.
Love you.